And hello again, everyone. I'm John Ray with Business RadioX, and we had an interesting evening last night at the grand opening of the Assurance Financial office in Roswell. Geoff Smith is the branch manager there, longtime Assurance Financial fixture in Roswell, and Geoff was so busy, the star of the night. He was so busy, we couldn't get him behind the mic. So here we are the next day with Geoff on the phone. And Geoff, wow, what a great evening.
It's a great community. It is a really great community here in Roswell. And North Fulton's a great community. And, I'm born and raised here in Roswell, and it can be a small town, when you get out and get to know people. And we're very humbled this morning at the turnout last night. Our good friend Hans Meyer counted 107 people walk through the door, just to come show their support, to network, and kick off the holiday season. So it was a great event. Again, just real humbled at the show of support for our new branch.
Yeah, it was quite an evening, and you've got just beautiful offices right there, as you call it, in Northtown. I didn't realize. Yeah. I love it, just north of downtown, right?
It is. Yeah, Canton Street is an iconic fixture in the whole Metro Atlanta area. Really, it's established itself as something to where, if you go anywhere in Atlanta and say Canton Street, everybody knows which one you're talking about. Mm-hmm. And a bunch of old buildings built back in the 1800s that were kind of revived in early 2000 when the city invested some money in the sidewalks and street lights, and all of a sudden some really cool and unique, one-of-a-kind restaurants started popping up on the south side. So we're on the north side down here, and we've got our mixture of businesses down here, and we're not quite as well put together as the south part of Canton Street, but we are definitely up and coming. And I'm proclaiming it Northtown just because nobody has called it anything yet. So
I love that. I love it.
It's a good spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, so let's get a little backstory here. So you were with Assurance Financial for 8 years, right? And then now you're opening this branch. Talk about your journey with Assurance. And one of the things we heard last night was mortgage lenders turn over, and they turn over. I think what I heard from a couple of your colleagues, every 3 years or so is the industry average. But you've been with Assurance a long time, and you decided now to take the plunge and open a branch. So talk about your journey.
Yeah, if anybody who's been out networking and out in their community has seen their mortgage lenders, and it's true. You're exactly right. It's a known thing that they constantly are changing names. I'm not sure exactly why that is. It's an interesting industry, but I have been here 10 years actually, John, and started 10 years ago.
Oh wow!
Yeah, okay. I was reeling after that 2008 financial collapse. Mm-hmm. Was in a job that was I was blessed to have it. It was just paying the bills. And my good friend Damian Cook, who I actually grew up with here in Atlanta, had just opened Assurance Financial's first Atlanta branch down in Dunwoody, and asked me, did I want to come kick the tires? I went down and met his partner Jody Zapernik and hit it off with the both of them, and left that meeting ready to spend every lunch break studying for my mortgage license. And 6 months later, I had my license and was sitting in their office down there. They showed me a good path in the mortgage world, how to make a living and what to do. And it was one of those industries. Someone told me, if you work hard, you can do well. If you're smart and you work hard, you can do very well. And so I knew I could work hard, and it has just been a great, enjoyable experience, just working directly with people on buying most of the time, their biggest investment, the place where they're going to spend most of their time, we're going to raise a family, being a part of that process. It's an exciting process, and it's an exciting business to be in. And it's just been a great journey. Totally changed the trajectory of my life in a lot of ways. and getting to join the Assurance Financial family. It's a really great company. A lot of people will say that. We've got the news to prove it. If you go down to Baton Rouge, they are voted almost every year in the top 5, and most of the time they're the top voted best place to work in Baton Rouge. And you can tell, it's in the culture. It's in the people that I work with on a day-to-day basis. It's not a bunch of people that are punching clocks and they're trying to get files off their desk. It feels like it really is going to sound corny, but it's true. It feels like a family. You get to know people. You get that feeling that it's a team really trying to, and everybody respects everybody else's roles. It's a great company. And, I wanted to, I knew this was Atlanta's one of the biggest markets, the biggest market in their footprint. Assurance Financial goes all the way out through Texas into Denver and up to Virginia. And we've got branches everywhere in between. And Atlanta's one of the biggest markets. And I knew they wanted a second branch, so we talked about it. And earlier this year, we all decided to make the jump. I can't thank Damien and Jody enough. They were my 2 biggest supporters when I decided to leave their office to start the new branch. And that says a lot about their character and who they are. And, we started looking at where to put the branch. And in my mind, it had to be on Canton Street. It had to be right here in Roswell. It's a great community here in Roswell. Canton Street is just, there are a few cooler, in my mind, there's very few cooler places to work than to be able to walk out your door on Canton Street and all the restaurants and everything that's going on there. And so we looked at some sites and saw the curtain team here on Canton Street. Their building in Canton Street has some space available. We worked out a deal and hired Robin Wright a couple months ago, and she has come on and is handling a lot of our marketing duties and office stuff here, and has just done an amazing job. And I think I said it last night, at the event there, if it wasn't for her, it pretty much would have been a cooler of beer, my music box, and my speech. So she put everything else together, and we used, when we started looking for things for the grand opening and for the office, I just want to make it clear, we look right for the Chamber of Commerce and Roswell Inc. and our little networks there.
Yeah.
And we got all of our friends on board for all the services and all of the things we needed. Jim Tardif with Signs of Significance did our signs. Darren Carter with Comcast somehow talked Comcast into running a line 1.5 miles down Canton Street to get to our office so we could have Comcast service. Don't know what he did, but I know now he's got potential clients up and down Canton Street.
Yep.
So, Panel Systems Unlimited, Gary Robinson, provided all of our office furniture. Belinda with Acoma Events was there serving food. Of course, we had Gloria's Bundt Cakes from Nothing Bundt Cakes.
Yep.
Jane with One Hope Wines there and helped us put combined wine with some donations to my favorite charity, Star House Foundation. So it was an awesome event. And, we're part of this community. We're ingrained in it. We're depending on it. And we're just thrilled to be here.
Well, it was, I mean, you were doing what we hope everyone does in the chamber, is do business with each other. But I mean, you've made a history of doing that, Geoff, over many years, and just been a stalwart in the North Fulton Chamber and Roswell Inc. And I mean, I was joking with you before we came on. I think if there's anybody that's Mr. Roswell, it's you.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. And I think a lot of us, that's the support we get being a part of this community. When you get involved and you get out, there's some businesses, we were also talking about it, some businesses around here where they open up, hang their shingle, and then they cross their fingers and hope people come in, but when you get out and get involved in things like the North Fulton Chamber of Commerce and Roswell Inc., I had a lot of people come, and I appreciate that, but certainly by no stretch do I believe it was just me. If you were doing the same thing, John Ray, you'd have had just as big a turnout, probably bigger. And there's people people to get involved and give back. And there's other people that have said this, but when you don't go tit for tat and try to figure out, okay, if I give here, how am I going to get out of it? If you don't tabulate, you just go out and try to help others in your community. This community is so great about coming back and helping you. So you're going to get out of it what you put into it. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of us, there's a very core group of us here. And I grew up here and I learned from people 20 years ago when I got into this world, how this community can work for you if you just become an active and helpful and useful participant. And there's a great core group of people where we're all going to support each other.
Yeah, for sure. Geoff Smith is with us, folks. He is the branch manager of the newly opened branch of Assurance Financial in Roswell. So, Geoff, let's for those that don't know you, let's give them the basics, the kind of mortgage work that you're doing, and the clients that you work with that are great fits for you.
Yeah, absolutely. If anybody's thinking about anything in regards to financing their house or something on their house, we want to be that one-stop shop. We are a direct lender. We lend our own money, but all we do are residential home loans. That is it. So everybody in our company is an expert in their role in producing a loan for somebody. So whether it's purchasing a house, we've got every loan you can think of, VA, FHA, conventional loans, jumbo loans, USDA loans if you want to move out to the country, construction loans. You want to build a house. I'm doing a lot of those these days because the market's so competitive that people are instead opting to avoid the competition and go find a piece of land and build their own house on it. We do construction to permanent loans. So refinances were a huge thing. Interest rates dropped really, really low last year. Ours was one of the industries that was able to, I'll put it a less greedy way, we were able to go out and help people lower their monthly payments, a lot of people. And so that the rates are starting to creep back up. So it's becoming, again, more of a purchase market for us. Mm-hmm. But our big thing is we really just like to have the best customer service of anybody else anywhere when it comes to residential home loans. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And that means taking the client, making sure they are comfortable with the numbers, making sure they are comfortable in understanding what all the costs are, what's involved, and the right product that fits them, what makes sense. And every single client's different. Every single client's going to want, a different product. Or maybe they want to put a certain amount of money down versus keep some money in their investments. So we can coach any client from first-time home buyers who have never done this before, and we can help them understand the process to the seasoned buyer who looks at this as an investment and wants to talk from that perspective. Mm-hmm. So that's really who we are. We try to keep the fun in the process, make it simple. We don't bother. We're not the lender that bothers them throughout the entire loan process. We're the lender that really tries to, the less they have to deal with us, the better throughout the loan process. I tell them we'd rather you worrying about where to put the furniture, not worrying about where the money's coming from.
There you go. Great work from Geoff Smith. Geoff is the branch manager of the Roswell office of Assurance Financial. Geoff, congratulations again. You're awesome. Your team is awesome. The folks at Assurance Financial, they were terrific. And folks, if you're on the show page now listening to this interview, go on down and listen to some of the other interviews with the senior folks at Assurance Financial, just a terrific group of people. So, Geoff, let's get to the important question, which if there's someone listening that would like to be in touch, tell them how they can do that.
Absolutely. Just go ahead and shoot me an email at gsmith@assurancemortgage.com. And that's assurance, A, S as in Sam, S as in Sam, URAN as in Nancy, CE, mortgage, MORTGAGE.com. You can call me at 678-779-5066. Or next time you're on Canton Street, just pop on in. We'll be down here. We'd love to see you.
I love it. Geoff Smith, folks, Assurance Financial. Geoff, congratulations again, and continued success. All the best.
Thank you, John. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for what you did to make this event so special last night. It was well appreciated. It was well liked, and we can't thank you enough.
We had a lot of fun, and look forward to doing it when you expand that office. So let's get
you got it.
Okay, pal. Thanks again.
Thank you, John.